Welcome to the first episode of JO3 Afterdark. Well, the new version. I've done this before, but now we're doing this again here on the JO2 channel. If you don't know, this is my second channel, and it was voted in a Twitter poll. Bring this to the second channel. This is going to be my podcast now. The Unfunny podcast has closed. I am recording this one at about 3, 4 in the morning. This will not be the norm, so this one may be a bit more quiet, but there will be episodes where we get into some real heated drama. With that being said, what is JO3 Afterdark? We'll get this little intro, so it'll be a bit more sort of shorter and concise to just what this podcast is. I'm hoping starting next episode we get some guests on. We will see and talk about more subjects. For the first half of this one, I just want to spend the time. JO3 Afterdark will be, of course, posted later in the evening. I'm thinking 8 EST as an upload time, maybe 7, 9, somewhere around there. And pretty much just me talking about any subject that you want to hear about or anything of that matter. If I bring on a guest, maybe interviewing them or talking about a subject that would pertain to them, something of that nature. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be pretty much next to not scripted. I have some bullet points that just keep me on track for this episode, but generally, I'm not planning on scripting anything. There's not going to be that much cut out unless it's violating TOS or something like that, obviously. It's just going to be off the cuff, me, a guest or two, and in the future, and anything pertaining to that. As for wanting to be a guest, hit me up in my DMs on Twitter or Discord if you're a creator or anyone really. I'm down. Start setting up some guests about some episodes, stuff like that. I'll be covering a bunch of different stuff pertaining to me as well. Don't you worry. All the fun, juicy JO3 drama will be covered, especially pertaining to a certain New World at some point. Just not this episode. We will be covering something recent that happened though. And if you got that little introduction crap out of the way, you know what this is now. Recently I did get in some drama. That was fun. That was fun. So recently I was already in the Discord. I've been in the Discord for like almost a year. But we're gonna have a little story here to get into the drama. I was in the Darwin Project Discord. We meme on the Darwin Project. It's a dead game. It's got less than 20 players average nowadays, at least on Steam. PC version, console version might be doing like 30, maybe. And there's these two people in the official Darwin Project Discord. One of them's the Darwin community manager, I guess, basically a Discord bot, stereotypical Discord bot too. You'll understand. Named Kong. And then there's the Darwin partner named Jack Stagger, who that video was focused on, although I did mention Kong. So, what happened? These two, they are the bane of any new player or returning player's existence in that Discord. Jack Stagger will do one of two things to any players talking in there. Or there's a third option, but we'll get to that. One, if you are a player that comes in and says the game's dead, he will say that is just not true, that is rude, that's toxic. If you come in wanting to revive the game, he will say the game is dead and there's no reason to try. He just takes with the opposing side and is a shithead about either way. He's just a shithead and pushes away both sides. People who may just want to say, hey, Darwin dead, which, I mean, that one kind of makes sense. But then you push away newer returning players, which is going to keep the game dead, so therefore making the other side right. Hello? Is there anything up here? Is there anything up here, Jax? Hello? No? Okay, didn't think so. So, I've been in there a couple times. He's had some beef with my boy Harpo quite a bit. They always go at it. A lot of people have actually commented on my video about Jax saying that I'm right. Finally, somebody's talking about him. That's the one that comes to mind. A couple that are just kind of giving their thoughts about the game. A couple on Jack's side, probably his two friends in life. He did try to dislike the video. I noticed that, by the way, Jax. It went up to 10 dislikes. YouTube caught it because they were all probably from the same IP, and now it's back down to like 4. So just you and your buddies probably in Kong. So good try. I saw. That was a good one. Good one. Good one, shithead. Shahid. That's a good one. That's a classic JO3 video joke. But that's fine. So Jack Stagger, as like I said, had beef with Harpo, and it's quite funny, honestly, very funny, because Harpo is obviously one of his few creators left. There are like no creators for Darwin Project, especially now, thanks to Jack Stagger and Kong. And Harpo was one of the few. He's planning on doing the charity tournament for Streamers for Mental Health, a Darwin charity tournament, after he had just done his last Darwin tournament. Now, that's not happening. Maybe. We've talked. He might still do it and then leave, but either way, Harpo's leaving. Like he's done with that Discord community, as far as I'm aware. I don't blame him. I think he already left. We'll get into that. If you want more information, by the way, if you want the actual screenshots to everything I refer to, check out my video on the main channel about Jax. It's by the time this goes up, second to most recent upload on there. With that being said, back to the story. So Harpo comes in. He's talking with somebody. They have a little debate about why Darwin died. The usual in that Discord. That's all it's really talked about. They come to a agreement of sorts. Somebody makes a joke about it. Kong comes in, being an okay mod this time, just this time though. He comes in, and then it's left at that for a day. Jack Stagger comes in, releases a paragraph about it. Then Inksy makes a joke about having paragraphs and if they're important or not. And he said probably not. It was pretty funny. Me and Harpo both laughed. Kong came in being a jackass about it. So we just said, I mean, Jax is kind of issue for the main issue, causation, I guess, for these issues of this, and this. He's toxic to new players. He pushes away returning players. Overall, does not help the community as a Darwin game partner or creator partner, or whatever you want to call it. So I get muted. Harpo gets muted. AC comes in, says this is the type of crap that happens all the time because Kong is just like, hey, no, you're the problem. Yeah, you're the one that's toxic and da 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 da. That type of thing. This is all in the Darwin public Discord, by the way. It's a public Discord. If you just search up Darwin Project Discord, it's the first thing that comes up. Or if you go to put in its invite code, I think it's literally just after the / Darwin Project, I believe. So we get muted. He comes in my DMs. I believe no, that would be the next day. Jack Stagger comes in my DMs the same night. Says something, just about I could pull it up here. The podcast. It doesn't have to be super formal. I believe it was Jack Stagger here. Let me see. Oh, he deleted his message. That's good. Good thing I kept it. But essentially, he is being a little shithead, and he messaged me. Okay, now there it is. I found the message. And basically said that since I pointed out Jax was the one who started bringing a conversation back up and started a lot of issues, he said this is the type of shit that's bad at the darn community, and I don't understand that. So I respond in the way that JO3 does, calling him a fucking idiot, because bashing people, saying the game's dead, and then also bashing people who want to revive the game is what's killing a game. Darwin Project is a interesting enough game. It could have more of a player base, but not because Jack Stagger and Kong exist in the community. Like I said, you can check out all these messages. I just wanted to make sure I got my information correct for the podcast, especially this first one, this little trial run here. So that's what happened with that. So then, we go on Twitter, as of course, you can go look at the tweets. Inksy brings it up that now he's like, Jack's being a dick to him, saying that he thought he was better than this, but Inksy literally points out his hypocrisy and that he's the issue with Darwin, which is true. It's true. So, like, so the next day, I put out my video. This will be Wednesday before this goes up. I'm hoping to have this up Monday. By the way, if it's not, well, then But these are hopefully going to go out Monday. So, you know, Kong. I promote it in the Darwin Discord. I get muted. It gets eventually deleted, and Kong comes in my DM saying, "Hey, you were supposed to not continue this. You're being a shithead." I'm like, bruh, what? Then he says he's waiting on a word from his team on what to do next. Yeah, okay, okay. And just said to contact the moderate team on Rodmail. But isn't he the moderating team? Kyuji Kong guy, he's the community moderator, so he's the mod team, right? No. Hmm. Okay. All right, shithead. All right. And then he sent me the Darwin server rules, and I didn't break any rule, by the way. So I don't know I don't know what that's supposed to be. I'm sure it's one of the KG Kong rules that are written very very small print at the bottom saying KG Kong will have a hissy fit if you do any of these things. For example, calling out him being a shit mod, or Jack Stagger, his favorite creator that he probably masturbates to at night. That he does no that can do no wrong. To bash him in any way, because that's what happens with KG Kong. He's a stereotypical Discord mod, except instead of having a Discord kitten, he's just friends with Jack Stagger, and Jack Stagger can do no wrong. I'm sure he also has a Discord kitten, but I'm not here to make accusations or anything. No, I'm not here. I'm not here to stir the pot or anything. Definitely not. Definitely not. No, that's not the JO3 way. Definitely not. But I just left the Discord because I don't want to. I don't care. It's a darn project. I'm laughing now when the game dies. When scavengers, you can't say scav. I hit my mic cord. You can't say scav. Oh, so somebody from the community will freak out because their name's technically Scavenger. I'm gonna laugh when it falls off because they haven't done anything about this dude. This is like the 5th time that I've been told he's caused issues or seen him cause issues, and I don't pay that much attention to it. So, it's probably a lot more than that. It's probably double digits. And I've been in there since about June, I think, or July last summer. Almost a year. I was in that Discord. It causes a lot of issues. Sometimes not. Sometimes Jax is just a shithead and Kong does nothing about it. But if we said the exact same things, then we'd get banned, which is why Anxie left. He pointed out the hypocrisy in the Discord. So now they've lost Anxie, who's now never coming back. They're possibly losing Harpo after his charity tournament, if he even still goes through with that. I guess Anxie as well, because he's part of that charity tournament. And then, I don't know who they have left. Who actually plays the Darwin Project? Especially as a creator, who streams that shit? There's like an occasional time somebody will stream a one-off. You don't have any consistent creators anymore. Duh, are you dumb? You just pushed away your only promotion because you don't promote it at all. You stop working on the game. Word of mouth doesn't promote a game when it's dead and only has 20 active players a day, if that. Come on, bro. Like, I'm trying to understand the stupidity here, and I don't. I really don't. I wanted to make sure I covered this because I just truly don't understand. I wish I could, but I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking at all, bro. At all. But that's kind of where the story ends. Apparently, they came after Harpo again after I'd left that Discord for literally nothing. He asked because Jax commented on my video about him saying the partner program ended 2 years ago. But he's still a partner. He still has the role, and it still seems like it's going. Kong even says that technically the partner program was frozen, but it was never officially ended. And then started going at Harpo for literally just asking a question. It sounds very familiar. I feel like that's happened before to me or other people I know as well. But he was just being a shithead. So then Harpo just kind of stopped talking, and he just kept saying that was Harpo being a shithead, stirring at the pot, and telling your friends to come in here and say things, which wasn't true. I said it on my own board, by the way. So, don't have a boy like that, you fucking shithead. And then here's a good one. I think this is in DMs, and I can only sum up like what I know about it. He apparently compared us going into the Darwin Discord and talking Jax, who rightfully deserves it, to a protest. A legitimate protest. And that In a protest, you blame the leader of said protest. So that's why he's coming at Harpo. Think about that. He compared 3, 4 people talking about Jax and calling out his hypocrisy in a public Discord to a legitimate protest. Whether he means a peaceful protest or not, I don't know. It was using the comparison to say basically it's Harpo's fault. Listen, shithead. Listen. Think about what you have said there. Think about that logic. You're saying Harpo happened to have been friends with 3 people who are calling out Jack's hypocrisy. It's the same as if he led a protest or whatever subject matter the protest would be about. What? Are you dumb? Don't answer that. It's rhetorical. Of course you are. But he kept going at Harpo, as far as I'm aware, and Harpo just stopped responding. But as far as I'm aware, that's where our tale ends. Besides people being in support of my video and that Jax and Kong are idiots. You know, finally, somebody had to talk about it. I guess it had to be an outsider to the community. Yeah, he played back in like 2020 or 2019. 2018 was when I first played Darwin, and then 2020 a little bit. So, whatever. We're gonna move on to our next topic of discussion. We have a few more for this intro video, episode, whatever to call it. I'm gonna try to get this on Spotify at some point, so it's likely being uploaded after the fact on Spotify. So if you want to watch it for sure when it first comes out, check out the YouTube as well, the YouTube version. Next up, we're gonna be talking about Twitch. Obviously, it's not really recent now, but when I planned this episode out, it was more recent. Twitch thinking about changing their partner status. Essentially, Twitch payout currently, I believe, is 70-30 for partners. They're moving that to 50-50 for subs, bits, anything of that matter. With the exchange, they might remove the exclusivity in a Twitch partners contract. They're thinking about doing all this. This isn't confirmed, but let's be honest, it's probably confirmed. But they're not going to get rid of the exclusivity. So basically, you're losing 20% of your revenue per each bit or each donation. You're losing 20% of what you would get before. If this goes into Twitch like code or whatever you want to call it, so they can make you run more ads, and so they make more money because they make probably more money off ads. Well, they do make a ton of money off ads. Pretty much just to push you in the way of having to put in more ads in your streams, thus making your stream experience worse as a streamer and a viewer's experience worse. Forcing them to also want to sub more, which apparently there's a chance you get ads when you sub. I don't know if that's a glitch or not. I've heard it more and more recently. So Twitch is just trying to maximize profits, and it's pretty clear that they do not care because they're about losing any of their big creators because they've lost so many. We'll talk about Sykkuno moving, by the way, later in the show. I know it's not super recent anymore. Like I said, when I planned this episode out, it's just taking a while to record. It was, and I do want to give my thoughts on it. But I think this is the dumbest thing Twitch has done in a little bit, in about probably 3 weeks. It doesn't take long for Twitch to make another stupid decision. They make a lot more than YouTube does. YouTube makes bad decisions a lot, but they also make some good decisions. A lot more mixed, while Twitch is just purely negative for the last like 2 or 3 years. Which I don't understand. I do understand it's to make more money, cash out, because Twitch is in 5 years. I don't see Twitch as a competitor to YouTube anymore at the rate it's going, unless they change something. I'm just gonna be honest. I hate Twitch. I hate it as a platform. I don't go on the platform unless I'm streaming. That's only because YouTube has some issues with its streaming and buffering. I don't know if that's just on my end or not. I'm still working that out. If it weren't for that, it'd still be YouTube. I would have not gone back to Twitch back in March. I'd still be on YouTube. I plan to come back to YouTube as soon as I can figure out my issues with its streaming. It might just be because I'm not a YouTube partner. Maybe until you're partnered, you can only stream a certain amount of bitrate or something like that. Something weird, like how Twitch doesn't really let you stream above 720 or at least 1080 unless you're a partner. They don't give you the bandwidth to do so. Probably something like that. But regardless, Twitch is making a bad decision as per usual. It's not a shock at all. It's really not. But I don't have too much to add. Really, I mean, it has common sense. This is a bad decision, and it's just going to keep pushing partners away now. I mean, you're removing the exclusivity. If you do that, maybe, because then they can stream both on Twitch and YouTube. But then there's an issue where YouTube partnership may also have some sort of exclusivity, depending on if it's a streaming contract specifically. So who knows? Is time will only tell on that if this all happens. Like I said, they're only thinking about it. We will see. We are gonna take a quick break though to thank our sponsor. It's another project of mine. The Forgotten Falls SMP. Forgotten Falls SMP is a Minecraft SMP, not lore based. We ain't doing that anymore, but it's more faction based, survival based. It's a lot of fun. You could check it out. The Twitter will be in the description, as well as its YouTube channel, which has Blox News, which is definitely not a parody of Fox News. There's a lot of parodies on that server with how it's built. So if you want to check that out, feel free, support it, and let's get back into the rest of the show. So welcome back from the break. We're going to talk about Sykkuno moving to YouTube now. And Sykkuno, I'm not really a fan of his content, but I know a lot of people are. I think this is a big move. He joins Valkyrie, Ludwig, so many others moving to YouTube now. Seems every time a person's contract goes up, they go straight to YouTube. There's no one re-signing with Twitch. And I think there's a couple of different reasons. I think Ludwig was the first to really speak about it publicly that I watch personally. And that's just the fact that they are overworked. They have to stream like 8 hours a day, 6-7 days a week, which like doesn't seem bad, but you try sitting in front of a screen, having to constantly talk, interact, and entertain, or else lose your livelihood for 8 hours a day. I'm not saying it's worse than like a construction job or anything like that, but I know from the 2 times I've streamed for 12 plus hours, or been a part of streams for 12 plus hours, it is exhausting because you are constantly trying to think of things to talk about. Your mind's always racing, trying to put on the best showing possible. If it's like a show, if it's based on a game, it can be tiring. That, and they make less money of Twitch. At least Ludwig had. Now he's making, actually, I think he's making the same money, both less hours, which I think is, who wouldn't accept that offer? So if that's the case, or in a lot of cases where they're making the same or more money for less hours, why wouldn't you take that? Why wouldn't you? You can make the same amount of money, especially because gifted memberships are in, channel memberships exist, donations still exist. Now, like a rating or hosting system is being implemented. Gifted memberships are in beta, I guess I should say, but a lot of bigger creators have them. Like, you probably make more money, honestly. And if you can monetize your odds, then that's money, consistent money. Even if not, you're still making a lot of streams. Plus, you can do on the same channel you make videos on, which boost each other. A stream can boost a video, and I think Ludwig is the one that I watch that does this. You can send your viewers straight to your video, automatically boosting that video. That's the smartest thing I think you could do as a creator. So all these things, why wouldn't you switch to YouTube? I don't want YouTube to have a monopoly, but when Twitch is making these bad decisions, and they're the only other one with the type of clout that can be a big streaming or streamer site, what are you gonna do? Type of thing. They're kind of stuck right now. The one issue. I know a couple smaller ones. If Mixer was still around, it might be up there, but no one cares about Facebook games. There's a couple other smaller sites as well that I know of. One I was invested in at one point was DLive. It's kind of out there. I'm sure there are others as well. Just like there are others that you can upload on. I'm not sure if Odyssey has live streaming yet, but it's a YouTube alternative with a decent amount of people. But so there's a few, but no one with the cloud of YouTube or Twitch. On top of that, of course, my thoughts on YouTube adding raids or hosting. I'm not sure what they call it yet. I haven't really dabbled into it. I'm assuming it's host more than. Either way, sending your viewers to a different person, so that's live, is something YouTube streaming needs. Everyone's been saying that. It's, I believe, fully implemented, or it's being fully implemented over time. As well as gifted memberships being in beta, meaning certain creators have them, which I assume they'll be fully rolled out probably sometime during the summer, if I had to guess, or by the fall at the latest. And that's a big thing for a lot of creators and a lot of people who wish to support a creator, because now they can, if they, maybe they will, I guess they're a member, subscriber, they're a member. Well, subbing's free on YouTube. So that's why it's a member. So if they're a member, or if they just want to drop 5 gifted memberships, now they can. Like, if you're already a member and you want to support a creator, like, it probably would make more if you went to a third party and donated or did a super chat. I'm not 100% on that. Obviously, I'm not a monetized creator. But now you get the options there. More options to help support a creator if you choose to. And there's no issue with that in my. But that's my thoughts on that. I think YouTube is making a lot of big moves. But with that being said, that's all my thoughts on the YouTube sort of thing. If you wish to be a guest and want to just shit talk somebody or talk about something, let me know. I know this episode is very, very short. It is only about 20, probably 25 minutes or so. It's just an intro episode. I'm gonna try. This isn't a promise. This is a try. I'm gonna try to do these weekly, but there may be times where I have to take a week off. Should I not be able to get one recorded or a guest, or there isn't news. There will be other content on this channel. JO2, this is my more commentary based channel, commentary focused, as well as some other content. It's just my shit posting channel. If, for lack of a better term, it's where I put stuff that doesn't fit the. So subscribe. You'll get this. You'll get some other stuff. Check out the main channel if you want some more gaming focused content. That'll be the end of the first show. I want to thank you for watching or listening once this is up on Spotify. I'll catch you in the next one.